Thank you all so much for coming tonight. I thought I might just say a couple words about the program because it is maybe one of our most varied programs ever. So I don't know if you think about the first piece that we just played, but to me it reminded me of telephone, like the game of telephone, because there's only a couple of phrases that are repeated endlessly through the whole orchestra, and every time it's a little bit different. The last piece on the program, one of my favorites of all time, Beethoven, is going to leave you in maybe the best mood ever. Beethoven really knows how to portray tyranny and oppression, and he does that in a number of different ways. You might think about the beginning of a piece, let's say you had just one instrument. You might say, well, that's kind of somber, or that's kind of plaintive. But if you have a bunch of people all playing the same note at the same time, very loudly, that's kind of like the feeling of people crying out, right? And what could be more impressive than having a fermata on that, which is an indication to the players, you have to hold this as long as the tyrant conductor wants you to. But it gets worse, because the very next note is a staccato half note. When you see a staccato half note, what do you do with that? Like, how long is that exactly, right? It's hard to know. So that's the tyranny part of it. And then the heroic part of the ending will leave you in really doable if we do it well. The second to last piece on the program is the piano concerto. And to me, kind of reminds me of like a primordial substance, or like a thought that isn't really fully articulated yet, or something that's going to come into being, but it's not there quite yet. And when you hear it, you'll know what I'm talking about, and then you'll see this particular piano technique that involves something like the elbow to the forearm, all at the same time. Okay. But now, that's good that some of you are laughing, because now this is the part of the program that is kind of humorous. So you have to be in the right mindset for this, okay? You have to imagine yourself several hundred years ago, and you're a bunch of musicians, and you're at the prince's summer palace, right? And you're ready to go home, but the prince is not quite ready to leave. So you're stuck there, okay? And you have to keep on playing. And the conductor, of course, knows that you want to go home, and so he says, well, maybe I'll write a new piece of music, and it'll get you on your way. And that's what this piece is about. But we're trying to do a little bit new interpretation of it, so there might be some theatrics involved, and you might find it funny, and that's okay if you laugh out loud, okay, just to let you know. But this is Haydn's attempt to resolve a labor dispute.